Breaking news for every Social Security recipient in America. If you receive Social Security SSI or SSDI, you need to stop what you are doing right now and pay close attention to this video. Because starting in April, there is a new rule that could change when your payment arrives. Not if you get paid, but when. And for millions of seniors and disabled Americans, that difference matters enormously. Think about it. Your rent is due on the 1st. Your electric bill is due on the 5th. Your prescriptions need to be picked up before the weekend. You have planned your entire month around one specific date. And now, that date could shift. That could mean the difference between keeping the lights on and sitting in the dark. That could mean the difference between having food on the table and going without. We are not here to scare you. We are here to prepare you. Because that is what this channel does. We make sure you are never caught off guard. We make sure you always know what is coming before it arrives. So stay with us through this entire video. Because by the end, you will know exactly what this April rule is, how it affects your specific payment schedule, what to watch out for, and most importantly, what to do right now to protect yourself. This information is completely free, and it could save you from a very stressful situation next month. Let's get into it. Music softens slightly, warm, trustworthy tone. Welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, welcome. We are so glad you found us. This channel exists for one reason and one reason only: to protect you. Not the politicians, not the big banks, not the financial advisors who charge hundreds of dollars an hour. You, the seniors, the disabled Americans, the widows and widowers, the people who work their entire lives and now depend on Social Security, SSI, or SSDI to survive every single month. You deserve to know what is happening with your money. You deserve clear, honest, plain English explanations, not confusing government language, not fine print, not complicated reports that nobody has time to read. That is exactly what we deliver here every single week. We cover Social Security updates, payment schedule changes, cost of living adjustments, new rules from the SSA, everything that directly affects your income and your life, and we make it simple because simple saves lives. Now, before we go any further, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do that right now. Just hit that subscribe button below this video. It is free. It takes 2 seconds, and it means that every time there is an update like this one, every time something changes that could affect your benefits, you will be the first to know. You will not find out 3 weeks late. You will not be scrambling to figure out why your money has not arrived. You will know ahead of time. You will be prepared. That is the promise of this channel, and we take that promise seriously. Now, let us talk about this April rule and why it has so many Social Security recipients concerned right now. Music fades to near silence. Focused, informative tone. What is this April rule, and why does it exist? Every single year, the Social Security Administration follows a very specific payment schedule. Your payment date is not random. It is not chosen by a computer that rolls dice. It is based on a formula tied to your birthday and to the calendar. Here's how it normally works. If your birthday falls on the 1st through the 10th of any month, you receive your Social Security payment on the 2nd Wednesday of that month. If your birthday falls on the 11th through the 20th, you receive your payment on the 3rd Wednesday of that month. And if your birthday falls on the 21st through the 31st, you receive your payment on the 4th Wednesday of that month. That is the standard schedule, and millions of Americans have built their lives around that schedule. Their bills are set up around it. Their grocery trips are planned around it. Their entire monthly budget depends on it. But here is where April gets complicated. And here is where this new rule, or more accurately, this April calendar situation, comes in: the April payment shift. Explained in April of this year, the way the calendar falls is creating an unusual situation for millions of recipients. Because of how certain Wednesdays line up in April, and because of how weekends and banking holidays interact with the federal payment system, some recipients are going to see their payment arrive on a different day than they expect. Now, let us be very clear about something important. The Social Security Administration has a firm rule. That rule states, if your scheduled payment date falls on a federal holiday or a weekend, your payment will be issued on the last business day before that date. Read that again. The last business day before that date, not after. Before. That means if your normal payment Wednesday falls too close to a holiday or a Sunday, your money could arrive earlier than you expect. And while that sounds like good news, and in some ways it is, it also creates a very serious problem that millions of seniors do not think about until it is too late. The double payment trap. Here is what happens. Let us say your payment normally arrives on the last Wednesday of April. But this year, because of how the calendar lines up, the SSA issues your payment a few days early. You receive it in late April instead. That feels great. Extra money in your account early. You breathe a sigh of relief, but then May arrives, and your next payment does not come when you expect it because the SSA already paid you for that cycle. You already received that money. And now you have to wait the full interval before the next payment comes. The result? It can feel like you are skipping a payment or going an unusually long stretch without new money coming in. And if you already spent that early April payment the way you normally would on rent, on bills, on groceries, then when that longer gap hits, you may find yourself short. This is what we call the double payment trap, and it catches people every single year. Not because they are careless, not because they do not pay attention, but because nobody warned them, nobody explained it clearly, nobody sat them down and said, hey, this is coming, here is what to watch out for. That is why this video exists. That is why this channel exists. Now you may be wondering, does this affect me specifically? Great question. Let us break it down by group. Retirement Social Security recipients. If you receive regular Social Security retirement benefits, your payment date is determined by your birthday, as we explained earlier. If your birthday falls in the latter part of the month, the 21st through the 31st, you are in the group most likely to feel the effects of this April calendar shift. Your fourth Wednesday payment is the one most closely affected by how April ends and May begins. Pay close attention to your bank account in the final week of April. Do not assume that an early payment means an extra payment. It does not. It is simply your regular payment arriving ahead of schedule. SSI recipients. SSI, Supplemental Security Income, follows a slightly different schedule. SSI payments are typically issued on the first of each month. But here is the rule that applies to SSI as well. If the first of the month falls on a weekend or a federal holiday, SSI recipients receive their payment on the last business day of the previous month. That means in some months you will receive your April SSI payment at the very end of March, and then you will not receive another SSI payment until the end of April for May. That can create a gap of nearly 5 weeks between payments if you are not watching for it. 5 weeks is a long time when you are living on a fixed income. SSDI recipients. SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, follows the same Wednesday schedule as retirement benefits based on your birthday. So everything we said about retirement recipients applies to SSDI recipients as well. If your payment date gets shifted earlier due to the April calendar, be aware, budget accordingly. Do not treat it as bonus money. Treat it as your regular monthly payment, arriving early. Those who receive both SSI and Social Security. Some recipients receive both SSI and Social Security retirement or disability benefits. If that is you, pay very careful attention this April. You may have two separate payment dates that are both affected by the calendar shift. That means two opportunities for confusion. Two situations where an early payment could lead you to believe you have more financial breathing room than you actually do. Write down both of your expected payment dates. Compare them to a calendar. Make sure you understand exactly when each payment is coming and what period it covers. Let us take a moment to explain the bigger picture here, because understanding why this happens every few years can help you plan for the future. The federal payment system in the United States cannot process payments on weekends. Banks are not fully operational. Federal systems are not running. So the SSA, like all federal agencies, must issue payments only on official business days. Federal holidays add another layer. When a holiday falls on a Monday, for example, that can push or pull a Wednesday payment date and create a ripple effect across the entire month's schedule. April is particularly tricky this year because of how the calendar weeks align. The specific combination of where the Wednesdays fall, how many business days are between them, and how close the end of April sits to the beginning of May creates a situation where the normal rhythm of payments gets slightly compressed or shifted. It is not new. It is not a policy change in the traditional sense. It is the calendar doing what the calendar does. But millions of people do not realize it is happening until they are already in trouble. The Social Security Administration does publish its payment calendars online. They are available on the official SSA website at ssa.gov. We always encourage you to check that official source directly for the most up-to-date and specific dates for your situation. But we also know that not everyone has easy access to a computer. Not everyone knows where to look. Not everyone understands the government's language even when they find the information. That is why we translate it for you, right here, in plain English. Let us walk through a real-world example so this truly sinks in. Meet Dorothy. She is 71 years old. She lives alone in a small apartment in Ohio. She receives Social Security retirement benefits because her birthday is on the 25th of the month. She gets paid on the fourth Wednesday of every month. In a normal month, her payment arrives on the 24th or 25th. She pays her rent on the 1st. So she has about 5 or 6 days to make sure the money is in her account and ready. But this April, because of how the calendar falls, her fourth Wednesday payment arrives on April 23rd. That feels normal to her. She deposits it, she pays some bills, she buys groceries. She even sends a small birthday gift to her granddaughter. Then May arrives. She is expecting her next payment around May 22nd on the fourth Wednesday of May. That is a gap of 29 days. Normal enough. But here is the problem. Dorothy spent a little more freely in late April because she thought she had extra time. She did not realize that her next payment was a full 4 weeks away. By May 15th, she is low on funds. Her electric bill is coming up. She needs her heart medication refilled, and she still has a week to go before her next payment. Dorothy is stressed. Dorothy is scared. Dorothy is calling her daughter at midnight, wondering what happened. This happens to real people. Every single month when a calendar shift occurs, and it does not have to happen to you. Now that you understand what is happening this April, let us talk about what you can do right now, today, to make sure you are protected. Step 1, know your exact payment date. The very first thing you need to do is figure out your specific payment date for April. Go back to what we explained earlier. Look at your birthday. Determine which Wednesday group you fall into. Then look at an April calendar and count out the second, third, or fourth Wednesday. If that Wednesday falls within a few days of a weekend or is close to a federal holiday, there's a chance your payment may arrive a day or two earlier than that Wednesday. If you are an SSI recipient, check whether April 1st falls on a weekday. If it does not, your payment likely came at the end of March. Plan accordingly. Write this date down, put it on your refrigerator, set a reminder on your phone. Do not leave it to memory. This is the most important piece of advice in this entire video. If your payment arrives early, do not treat it like extra money. It is not extra. It is your regular monthly payment. It is just early. And that means your next payment will not come any sooner than usual. You will still have to wait the normal interval. If you spend an early payment too freely, you will struggle when the gap arrives. Treat every payment, early or on time, as the one and only payment for that cycle. Budget it accordingly. Cover your essentials first: rent, utilities, food, medications. Then and only then consider any discretionary spending. We know this is easier said than done. When you are living on a fixed income, saving even a small amount feels impossible. But if you are able to set aside even $20 or $30 from this month's payment into a separate savings account, or even just keep it as a cash reserve, that small buffer can make an enormous difference when a payment gap arrives. Think of it as your own personal emergency fund. Not for a vacation, not for gifts, just for moments like these. When the calendar shifts and the gap feels a little longer than usual, even a small cushion can turn a moment of panic into a moment of calm. If you check your bank account on your expected payment date and the money is not there, do not immediately panic, but do take action. Wait one full business day. Sometimes there are minor banking processing delays that have nothing to do with the SSA. If after that business day your payment still has not arrived, contact the Social Security Administration directly. The main phone number is 1-800-772-1213. They are available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can also visit your local SSA office in person, or check your account on the My Social Security portal at ssa.gov. Do not wait weeks before asking for help. The sooner you report a missing payment, the sooner it can be resolved. If all of this feels overwhelming, if the dates and schedules and rules are making your head spin, please reach out to someone you trust. A family member, a neighbor, a social worker, a local senior center, anyone who can sit with you, look at your specific situation, and help you understand your exact payment timeline. You do not have to figure this out alone. There are people and resources that exist specifically to help Social Security recipients navigate exactly these kinds of situations. And of course, there is this channel. We will always be here with clear, plain English updates to help you stay one step ahead. Before we wrap up, we want to say something directly to you. You found this video for a reason. Maybe you were worried about your payment. Maybe someone shared this with you. Maybe you have been burned before by a surprise change in your schedule and you never want to feel that helpless again. Whatever brought you here, we are glad you are here, because this channel is built for people like you. People who work hard to stretch every dollar. People who deserve clear answers. People who just want to feel safe when it comes to their income. We post videos regularly on Social Security updates, SSI and SSDI news, payment schedule changes, COLA adjustments, and everything else that affects your benefits and your life. And we make it all free, all of it, because you deserve access to this information without having to pay for it. So here is what we need you to do right now. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Just tap that button. It is completely free, and it means you will get notified every time we post a new update. You will never be caught off guard again. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That tells us to keep making videos like this one, and it helps other seniors find this information when they need it most. And if you know someone, a parent, a neighbor, a friend, anyone who receives Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, please share this video with them right now, before you forget. You might think they already know, but chances are they do not. Chances are nobody has explained it to them this clearly, and your share could genuinely save them from a very difficult month. That is not an exaggeration, that is the truth. This information matters, and the people in your life who depend on these benefits deserve to have it. Let us bring it all together one final time. This April, the way the calendar lines up is creating a shift in Social Security payment dates for many recipients. Some people will receive their payments earlier than expected. That is not a bonus. That is simply the SSA following its rule, which says that payments must be issued before a weekend or holiday, not after. If your payment arrives early, budget it as your regular monthly payment. Do not spend it as if it is extra money, because the gap between that early payment and your next one will feel longer if you do. SSI recipients should also be aware. If April 1st fell on a weekend, your April payment may have arrived at the very end of March. That means your next payment is not until the end of April for the May cycle. Know your dates, write them down, plan ahead. That is all it takes to turn this confusing situation into a manageable one. You are not powerless here. You are not at the mercy of a system you cannot understand. You understand it now. You know what is happening, and that knowledge is your protection. The Social Security Administration is not taking your money. Your benefits are safe. This is simply about timing, and now you know how to handle the timing. We are proud of you for watching this all the way through. That tells us you take your financial security seriously, and you should, because you have earned these benefits. You have paid into this system. You deserve every single dollar. We will be right here every week and making sure you stay informed, stay protected, and stay empowered. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and remember, your benefits are your right. Never stop fighting to protect them.